Welcome, I'm Sue with Get to the Farm. Today, we'll be exploring the topic of soil. We'll learn about soil, its formation and layering, such as sand, silt, and clay. We'll also examine the texture and structure of soil and learn how to promote drainage, encourage soil life, and foster the industrious earthworm. So let's get started. Getting to the farm. Gardeners are a dedicated group, always striving for ideal soil, but faced with a myriad of characteristics in our own gardens. Ideal soil, called loam, is deep, easy to work with, and allows plants to push through easily. It's crumbly, with a chocolatey color, earthy, rich, sweet smell. Soils in good tilth have all these wonderful characteristics of loam, and is something to strive for. Loam is well-balanced soil texture that promotes healthy plant growth. Loam contains lots of organic matter, which ensures a healthy soil community with large population of earthworms and other beneficial organisms. Soil building consists of making your soil as much like loam as possible, or, if you're already blessed with good loam, maintaining these productive qualities. That means fixing characteristics that are less than ideal but easy to change, such as drainage. Soil building also means learning how to manage or compensate for characteristics you can't change, such as texture. You see, soil is a combination of hard particles, space, air, and water. Good soils are teeming with variety of life, and soil organisms convert nutrients into forms they can use, and recycle nutrients from organic matter. Understanding your soil texture is important because it affects soil properties such as aeration, water infiltration, nutrient holding capacity, and ease of working. Now let's move on to discuss common characteristics of soils with different textures, how to manage them, and how to test your soil texture. Soils with high sand content are dusty when they're dry, quick to warm up in the spring, and have low levels of organic matter. Soils with high silt content are at high risk for erosion, have moderate to high levels of organic matter, and feel silky between the fingers. Soils with high clay content are slow to warm up in the spring, have high to moderate levels of organic matter, and are very hard or cement-like when dry. Adding organic matter to soils of any texture makes them behave more like ideal loam, but it's hard to add pure clay to sand to improve its texture. As a result, it's easier to buy soil and amendments to create the perfect texture for your garden. Understanding your soil's texture is key to managing your garden and ensuring healthy plant growth with amendments such as peat moss, compost, or well-rotted manure incorporated into the soil. This will improve soil structure, water retention, and nutrient availability, as well as encourage beneficial microorganisms to thrive. Another important aspect of managing soil texture is knowing how to water your plants. Soils with high sand content drain quickly and may require more frequent watering, while soils with high clay content drain slowly and may need less frequent watering, but in larger quantities. It's important to water deeply and infrequently, which allows the water to penetrate deeply into the soil and encourage root growth. Finally, let's talk about how to test your soil texture. One simple way to determine soil texture is to do a squeeze test. Take a handful of soil and squeeze it tightly in your hand, then open your hand and observe how the soil behaves. Soils with high sand content will fall apart quickly and won't form a ball, while soils with high clay content stay together and form a hard ball. Loamy soils will form a ball that holds together but crumbles easily when touched. Understanding soil texture is an essential part of successful gardening. By knowing the common characteristics of different soil textures and how to manage them, as well as how to test your soil texture, you can improve soil structure, water retention and nutrient availability, and ultimately create a thriving garden. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening! Hit that like button. We'll see you next time.
And I feel like New York City. Get me to the farm.